After 2 years of boatworks, restoration and optimization, we splashed ORIYO into the water. We ran the first tests with the engine, and for the very first time we tied up ORIYO in a marina.
So much I can find my way. We got everything here, at least to stay alive, and the time that we share makes it all worthwhile. Got this place on our own. Do you feel that we got something strong? And I saw you walking the line, and the truth may come as...
You probably remember when we were working on our mast, we got issues with our furler. We dismantled, cleaned, checked several times our old furler to get to the conclusion that it would no longer work. In the end, we have to replace it. A day with absolutely no wind was the perfect day for the operation. So, we moved ORIYO next to the crane and started to prepare her for removing the forestay and the old furler. Basically, we follow a few steps. Tie up strongly the mast with 2 halyards to the bow. Make loose the forestay by releasing the backstay. Remove the bottom chain plate from the bow at the lower end of the front stay. And then Valéry goes upon the mast within a lift to tie the upper end of the forestay up to the crane.
Okay, and there up in the lift, Valéry is working on the removing.
Allez Bernard!
We met several issues with the former furler. First of all, the upper rolling part, where the Genoa halyard is attached to, is damaged. There are no possible way for us to fix it. Secondly, some of the connection in between the furler tubes were stuck. Back when the mast was down, we had to drill and set other screws. But sadly, some of these screws don't fit perfectly and block the sail from hoisting it. Plus, we may damage the sail.
Moreover, these 2 issues we met in the furler, we have some doubts about the lower parts. And we know that there are some rolling elements in it, and we can open up the whole part and change everything inside and then put back together all the elements. But it's kind of a tricky work to do, and we're not sure whether we will do it right or not. So in the end, when we thought about all the time that we would need to do something more to save this old furler we had, after all the time we already spent on it and it's still not working, it just felt like it didn't worth the pain and the time and the extra costs, and it was just better for us to start with a new one. Okay, so this is the new furler. We had the tubes inside this box and the new forestay and all the different parts. But Senden made something really smart. They add on the top of the swirl hook these two loops, so you can attach your halyards on it, so you can be sure that the halyard will never turn around the furler. The forestay will be the first things that we have to take care of, and for that we had to take some measures on the boat, which is done now, and we'll have to cut at the exact measure the new forestay. So we kind of have only one chance to do that, and to do that right. Unfortunately, we had to change the forestay as well. So, well, it's a shame really, because as the rigging is an important, very important part of the sailing boat. After 15 years underground, we weren't sure about the state of the rigging, so we actually already had changed the forestay. So now we have kind of two new forestays, but we will keep it as a spare part, and well, you never know if one day we will be needing something like that.
Selden, our new furler brand, has an application that helps to find very precisely the forestay length. This is an easy way to avoid making mistakes on such an important cut.
So before putting all together all the elements, we had to make sure that they are in the proper order and in the proper way. But hopefully we have every information that we need in the book that was given with the new furler. So we just have to read and follow all the indications one after the other, and well, cross everything that we have, that we will read it right and do it right. T'es à 96. Au milieu ou sur la...
En haut, en haut. Le câble dedans, pardon. C'est parti.
Once the forestay is slid inside all the tubes, kind of a plastic guide is set around the cable, slot into the tubes as well, pushed against the connection, and finally the tubes are linked together by a stainless steel flat plate. With this job done, all we have to do is to conduct the same process to the other further tubes until all of them are connected one to each other. To finalize the work on the lower tube, we add the guide for the Genoa bolt rope. Afterwards, we put the manual setting in that will hold the forestay. And of course, we end with assembling the rolling box onto the bottom part, where the rope to roll the Genoa will be set. Surprisingly, that part was not the most complicated one to install.
On the second matter, we have to undo our old furler, as inside there is a forestay and this is new, so we are going to keep it. So here the first day is over and we have the whole furler ready and the new forestay ready. Tomorrow morning we have the appointment with the lift, so Valéry could tie up the top part of the new furler and the new forestay up on the mast, and then we can hopefully be finally able to roll our Genoa around it. So see you tomorrow morning for the next part. So second morning we are back along the platform and we have the lift, so Valéry is getting ready to attach on the top of the mast the new furler and the new forestay. And well, actually it's a cloudy weather, but cloudy day, but it's hot and moist, so it's like the Caribbean, but here in the south of France. So anyway, no wind, and that's what we were looking for, so it's back to work. Another step is achieved. We have the furler and the new forestay up in the boat. It's all attached, and well, so this part is done and we are happy to have done with it. But as usual, as not a thing can goes right according to the plan in just one try, we have some adjustment to make, as we are like 2 or 3 centimeters too long on the forestay, so we have to adjust that, make some cutting, and then we can put the mast back in its rightful position.
C'est axé. Pour la hauteur pour l'encre, c'est bien. Celui-là, il est carrément long.
The problem was about the chin plate here that was a bit too long, so hopefully we had another pair and we were able to change it with a couple of minutes only.
The new forestay and the furler set with the proper chain plates, we can move on to attach the furler rope.
The next part will be to wait until tonight to hoist the Genoa, to add actually the 3 reefs in the mainsail, as we didn't have the chance to do that so far. And after that, everything about the sails should be fine and ready to go sailing outside.
can see on the halyard, we have the mix. Here this is just a dilemma and is polyester.
The idea of using two different kinds of ropes sewed together for this halyard is based on Valéry's experience. As the Genoa tends to stay up in place for a long time, its halyard will mainly stay down on the roof. In our previous boats, this long rope went back to the cockpits where we kept an extra length for months, which was both annoying and it got used quicker. So the point is to add a piece of Dyneema, a strong and thin fabric, pass it through and out of the mast, and remove the seam between these two ropes. Then only the polyester halyard will stay into the mast with a short extra length tied up at its bottom. That way we avoid extra ropes on the roof and take a better care of the halyard itself. The day we want to get the sail down, we could simply sew a piece of Dyneema at the end of the polyester halyard and pull.
And that's it. Thank you, Nodus Factory.
So there, we made it. We would like to wish you a wonderful grading season. Love, happiness, and a good health for this upcoming year 2023. We cannot wait to share lots and lots of new videos from ORIYO. So thanks so much for watching this episode that we hope you enjoyed. We see you soon for the very first sailing times about ORIYO. Until then, give a look to our Patreon page, put a thumbs up and subscribe to our YouTube channel, or of course come onto our website. Take care, bye bye.